Hi guys, this is Omer from MMOHut.com, and I'm going to do another quick weekly recap of MMO news and announcements for the week ending December 12th. And as you can see from the video playing in the background, the first piece of news that we're going to take a look at is that MapleStory Big Bang Update launches. Now the Big Bang Update transformed MapleStory quite a bit by adding a ton of new content, changing the whole world, rebalancing all the skills and classes, and rebalancing many of the monsters in the game, but most importantly making the experience rate so much faster. And now the Big Bang Update launched on December 7th. And I actually made a video about the Big Bang Update, and I actually recorded a remote plays video, which I've yet to put up, back when I was level 39 on my character. But since Big Bang came out, I played MapleStory for a couple of hours and I'm already level 52. That shows you how fast the experience rate is. Up next, guys, another big update for MapleStory, but this time it's not an update for the English version of MapleStory, but rather the Korean version. On December 10th, Nexon announced a huge new update for Korean MapleStory called Chaos, which is actually comes after the Big Bang update. So in North America, we can expect this update after Big Bang, well, a long time after Big Bang, because it is yet to be announced. And the Chaos update adds a ton of new stuff to MapleStory, including PvP. That's right, guys, you got PvP in MapleStory. What kind of sucks is that the Korean version is always way ahead of the North American version, save for Vindictus and save for every other Nexon game. But you know what? We gotta wait in North America to play it. Aside from PvP, there's a new level 160 plus area called Doors of the Future, with a new storyline and a new boss. There's also a new profession system for the game with 5 professions available, which are basically crafting skills. I kinda wish this trailer had some gameplay, but it's just CG. Up next, guys, is no more MapleStory. On December 6th, ARGO Online began accepting closed beta applications. And if you haven't heard of ARGO Online, it's the futuristic steampunk fantasy blend MMORPG from a la Playa. Now, unfortunately, there is still no concrete release date for the game, but they are accepting closed beta applications. The video playing is the teaser trailer for the game. Next up, guys, an official release date for the Dragon Scion update for Archlord has been announced, and that date is December 16th. And on the 16th, the newest update for Archlord will launch. The new update features over 500 new quests, 400 new monsters, over 350 new weapons, and a ton of other little features. If you're still playing Archlord, it's a good update to look forward to. And the random Archlord video you guys are watching is a completely random gameplay trailer I just found on YouTube. Up next, guys, is actually a bit of sad news. JoyMax announced that it will be shutting down 2 of its MMORPGs, and yeah, guys, it's not Silk Road Online, don't worry. The 2 games shutting down are Deco Online and DarkEden. Both games are actually not that popular compared to Silk Road Online, that is. I'm actually quite surprised both Deco Online and DarkEden actually lasted this long. Now, Deco Online is not a bad game, but DarkEden, on the other hand, is actually quite an old game. The game actually launched in North America back when it was already 10 plus years old in South Korea. It released in South Korea back in 1997. The game is super old. I have no idea why the game even launched in North America. It has its cool points, but it's a really old game, so that's not a big surprise that it is shutting down. Now, there is no official shutdown date, but JoyMax did say they were eventually going to shut it down. Alright, guys, the next bit of news is also a bit sad, so let's get the sad news out of the way. Phoenix Dynasty Online shuts down as of December 9th-ish. I'm not sure exactly when it shut down, but around December 9th is a fair estimate. Now, the game is published by Enjoy MMO, who also publishes Magic World Online, Zodiac Online, and several other games. I guess this game shut down because it wasn't such an enjoyable MMO after all. The company's name, get it? Enjoy MMO? Anyway, the game did shut down. It was a 2D-ish fantasy MMORPG that was never that popular. Next up, guys, on December 9th, Alliance of Valiant Arms received a major update which introduced a new game mode called Cross Steel, as well as a new map to the game. Now, the game mode is actually pretty funny because it's called Cross Steel, but the game mode involves 2 teams in opposing bases as they battle to capture the opposing team's nuclear launch key while protecting their own. So why is that called Cross Steel instead of Capture the Flag? I have no idea. It's just a Capture the Flag game with a weird game mode for it. The game also added a European server so those in the EU can play the game without much lag. And lastly, players can also expect more weapons in the game, and this gameplay video for it is awesome. I just love watching this gameplay video for Alliance of Valiant Arms. It makes the game look way more fun than it actually is, though to be fair, it's actually a really fun game and one of my favorite FPS games out there. Next up, guys, on December 9th, Raid Mode arrives in the World War II MMO third-person shooter Heroes in the Sky, though it's really like a plane-based third-person shooter than an FPS kind of game. Now, the game is set during World War II, and the Raid Mode feature basically is a new, intense PvE cooperative experience where players can fight against tougher AI enemies as well as bosses. Rewards for completing these raids includes weapons, armor, gear, and other upgrades, and things of that nature. Boom, baby, that was fast. Up next, guys, Tibia Winter Update is announced. It was announced on December 9th and introduces a bunch of new features to Tibia. And if you haven't heard of Tibia, it's one of the oldest MMORPGs out there. It still has a subscription model, but it has many free-to-play aspects too. And if you guys are actually curious, the video you guys are seeing right now is the first look video I recorded for the game. And the Tibia update itself adds new mounts to the game. Not just new mounts, a whole new mount system. As the game just didn't have mounts before this. Players can also expect map enhancements, new quests, spells, and other achievements. Alright guys, up next on December 15th, Act 6 Kiss of the Gun for Dungeon Fighter Online is scheduled to launch. Now, Nexon's newest update for Dungeon Fighter Online adds a bunch of new stuff to the game, including the Female Gunner Awakening, as well as an entirely new area called Empyreon, which will add 3 new dungeons and several new quests to the game. The video, in case you're wondering, is the launch trailer for the game, and it's actually, Dungeon Fighter Online has enjoyed several expansions since launching in North America. Unfortunately, there is still no EU version of the game, so I don't know what Nexon is waiting for. Alright guys, that's it for MMO news, but as for games that just recently launched, the first game we're going to take a look at is GetAmped 2, which launched into open beta on December 7th. And now GetAmped 2 actually began its open beta / closed beta like 7 months ago, but eventually shut down and finally relaunched. So the game is available to play now, and hopefully won't be shutting down anytime soon. Another game that just launched in the open beta is Loong, Power of the Dragon from GameAgo. It began its open beta phase on December 8th. Now the game is published on GameAgo, but it is available in both Europe and North America. Perhaps saying this game launched is a bit of a stretch because there will actually be a wipe after this round of open beta testing. Now, I never understood why games wipe their characters after open beta. It's supposed to go open beta to release without a wipe, but sometimes publishers and developers like to do their own thing. That's it guys for games that just launched, but as for games that are just launching soon, Divine Souls from Outspark finally has a release date guys. It's coming out into open beta on December 14th. Why it took so long for it to come out, I have no idea, but at least it's coming out now. And it's supposed to be an action fantasy MMORPG that's supposed to play a bit like Vindictus, but without the really pretty graphics, though the graphics are still pretty good. The next and last game we're going to take a look at guys is Pandora Saga from Atlas Online, and the game is scheduled to begin its open beta on December 16th. The game was available in Asia for quite a while through MyGrosso, but the game is coming out in North America and Europe through Atlas Online. Well, that's it guys for MMO news and announcements for the week ending December 12th. Now, if you want to read about or learn more about any of the news or games I mentioned in this video, simply head on over to MMOHut.com/news. Anyway guys, this is Omer signing off.